14 years, ESPN has been a part of the Professional Bowlers Tour, and we've seen some memorable moments. There was Jeff Stayrook's 7-10 split conversion.
Something to bounce out.
Oh, he made it! The third time! Dick Weber became the only player to win in 5 decades. It's fair, they're all in good shape. He got a handful. Hey, look at Weber! The 1996 Tournament Players Championship saw Mike Aulby became the only bowler to win 7 majors. Oh my gosh. And perfect games. There was Gene Stuss. Rob Ruthven got it inside. 300 for Gene Stuss. And the veteran Butch Soper. And last year, there was C.K. Moore. Come on, ball. Oh, my. And today, for the first time, the crown jewel of professional bowling, the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions is on ESPN.
It's the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions from the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada. Good afternoon, everybody, and here are the 5 finalists vying for professional bowling's most prestigious title. The 50 owns 4 PBA titles and is looking for his 2nd major from Claremont, Florida. Jason Howe.
Hey, Jacques. Hey, Jacques.
Our third seed is an 11-time titleist after his first win since 1995 from Jackson, New Jersey, Parker Bohn III. The semifinal match features the 1984 Rookie of the Year and the 3-time champion from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, John Gant. And our tournament leader is after his 2nd win in this event and his 26th career title from Indianapolis, Mike Aulby. And now let's turn it over to a pair of Hall of Famers who have combined to win this tournament 5 times, Mike Derman and Marshall Holman.
Thank you, David. And happy Super Bowl Sunday to each and every one of you out there. And quite frankly, this afternoon, we feel we have our own Super Bowl right here at the National Bowling Stadium, because something happened in this year's event that has never happened before in the storied history of the Tournament of Champions. This afternoon, all 5 of our finalists are left-handed. And this outstanding field is headed by our #1 player. He is quite a bowler in himself. He is a member of the PBA's Hall of Fame. Besides that, he's won 2 ABC Masters championships. He's won the PBA National Championship twice. He's won a U.S. Open Championship. Last year, he won the Bayer Brunswick Touring Players Championship. And 2 years ago, he won this event, the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. Now here in 1997, he's trying to win it for the 2nd time. I speak of the great Mike Aulby. My partner Marshall Holman is also a PBA Hall of Famer. He also has won the Tournament of Champions twice, and right now he's going to answer the question that all of us have been asking. Marshall, how in the world did it happen that all 5 of our finalists this afternoon are left-handed?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Mike Durbin, I bowled this tournament, and the lanes were pretty close from the left side to the right side, but the lefties just had maybe just a little bit of an edge, and lane maintenance is not an exact science. Steve Cross, the lane maintenance supervisor since 1988, this is only the 3rd time it's happened where all 5 have been left-handed. However, this is the Tournament of Champions, a very, very important tournament. They did the best they could. life sometimes isn't fair. We've got 5 lefties. We've got 5 great lefties, and I've got 2 of them with me right now. Jason Couch will be bowling in the first match. Jason, you won the Tournament Players Championship. That's a major. Do you feel that's going to help you today in your quest to win the Tournament of Champions?
I think so, Marshall. You know, I've been in that position before in a major championship, so I think I know what it takes to win.
All right, Jason, good luck to you. And we have Ricky Ward. Ricky, you've got some momentum from last night, that great finish just to make it to the top 5. Can you keep that momentum going? You think that's going to help you?
Well, I'll tell you, Marshall, I got some great equipment, and it's got me this far, and I'm ready to take it all the way.
All right, these people seem to be ready. 5 left-handers, the most important championship in professional bowling. They're ready to go.
Thank you, Marshall. This beautiful facility we're taking a look at, the National Bowling Stadium, right here in Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in the world. And our opening match, Jason Couch taking on Ricky Ward. Jason will lead off the match. We're using lanes 25 and 6 here at the National Bowling Stadium. Jason Couch from Clearmont, Florida, has won 4 titles already. As Marshall said, he's won a Touring Players Championship. Throws it right through the nose and leaves the 3, 6, 9, 10. And he's saying that that rack that came down on lane 26 interfered with his concentration.
It most certainly did, Mike. The rack on lane 26 came down as Jason was making his shot. Now, I don't know if they're going to give him that over or not. Looks like he's got a full rack of pins, and there's the decision that's have to be made very, very early in the tournament.
So we're saying that our tournament director, Kurt Von Kruger, has decided that he can get the shot over?
That was interference. Now, one thing I noticed with Jason's first shot is that he didn't throw the ball with his good firm speed. When Jason gets a little nervous, he tends to get a little bit slow, and that ball went high. Let's see what he can do here.
A restart.
Well, is that a good break, Mike?
Is that a mulligan right there, Marshall?
It's the first mulligan I've seen in the Tournament of Champions. That's a magnificent break for him, and but he deserved it. I mean, he was certainly obstructed as far as being able to make his first shot.
Well, you remember a couple of years ago, Bob Learn got a shot over in Erie and turned that into a record-breaking performance. As Ricky Ward, checking the approach, leaves the 3-pin on a light hit.
Now, we're bowling on synthetic lanes. Both the approaches and the lane surface is a synthetic surface, and it can be more difficult as far as the sliding is concerned.
Why is that, Marsh?
Well, for some reason with synthetics, the approaches tend to either be very slippery or very sticky. Now, in today's bowling shoes, we can make changes and combat those problems. No problem sliding for that 3-pin conversion.
Ricky, a great match against Dave Ferraro in the position round last night. Needed the 2 strikes in the 10th frame to make it. Came through like a seasoned veteran, not a 27-year-old.
Just a very, very good finish, and I was surprised that he came up there, you know, with his little experience and made those great shots.
Goes over to lane 25, throws it right in there.
And that's what he did last night against Dave Ferraro in that 10th frame, and if it weren't for his great shot making, we would have had that right-hander bowling today for the Tournament of Champions victory. Jason's 11th career championship appearance, and he has proven that when he gets the opportunity, he can win. However, he's won from the #1 seed every time, never from any other seeded position.
4 times. There's a quick double. We mentioned that he's won 4 times from there. I asked him if the mindset from the 5th position is any different.
I don't think so, Mike. I think you just need to approach it 1 frame at a time and stay aggressive. You know me, it's going to be 10 shots as best I can throw them.
I told him after that he's hoping that it's 40 shots.
Yes, he is.
Quick 10-pin lead. Moves over to lane 25, trying to increase it to 20 pins. And the old 6-pin, just a hair tight.
Both our competitors are mic'd for this game, so we'll be hearing a little bit insight from them as to how they feel about their games.
As I mentioned, Jason is from Clearmont, Florida. He's left-handed, as we can see, 5'10", 165 pounds. Solid all the way through, 165 solid pounds.
Yeah, he's built very strong, and he throws the ball with a lot of speed. You'll notice in his next shot, he really gets a very, very high backswing. That's where he generates his power. Now, Ricky Ward's got a more compact kind of a game. That's a much simpler game. I feel really there's less to go wrong in Ricky's game than there is in Jason's game.
So does that favor either player here today?
Well, I would think over the long run it would favor Ricky, but Jason has a little more experience.
Trying for a double to even the match. Ooh, the 397. 379. Got to get the numbers
379.
right.
We have to turn ourselves around and think left-handed today, Mike. That's a shot right there where he's just going to try and get the 9 pins. Just get the count. It's virtually impossible to make.
Now, he was light in the first frame there. Light again. Didn't make the adjustment.
Well, he certainly didn't.
And 9 out. Ricky Ward open here in the third frame. Falls further behind in this match. The 921 pins behind at this point in time. Now, he had finished higher in the standings, so he had the opportunity to choose which lane to finish on. He's chosen to finish on 25. I can see why.
Yeah, the right-hand lane looks like the lane that the players are going to have the most trouble with.
Again, just a hair tight, leaves the 6 pin, same as Couch did in the third frame.
That's a good shot. You saw Ricky sort of grabbing his thumb. He went into the locker room facility just prior to our telecast and got some kind of a material to help him get out of his thumb quicker. He was sticking in the ball.
Ricky Ward spares in the fourth frame. He leads in this match by 21. Can Couch come back? Well, we'll find out right after you see these important messages.
I take the same route to the local pro shop. I wear the same boxers on every show. I watch the same TV program every week. I listen to the same CD every night. I eat the same thing on Wednesdays. I am the same man I used to be. I have a different ball for every lane, but they're all from the same company.
A toothpaste that really whitens without bleach or harsh abrasives? I don't believe it.
Believe it. It's Aquafresh Whitening with a patented tri-clean formula that's tough on stains, yet gentle on your teeth.
So this tri-clean formula is safe?
Safe enough to use every day. It gently breaks up stains to help get your teeth their whitest.
It's not better than my Rembrandt.
The truth is, even Rembrandt can't beat Aquafresh Whitening. In fact, it's clinically proven to whiten better than Crest. Aquafresh Whitening for dazzling whiter teeth.
The Brunswick World Tournament of Champions is brought to you by Brunswick. Bowling is sold on Brunswick worldwide. We're back. Jason Couch up in the fourth frame on lane 26. And as we went to break, I asked, could Couch come back? And, of course, Couch is leading by 21. So it was the wrong question. Can Ward come back?
Now that lane's giving Couch a little trouble too. He needs to just soften up. He said throw it softer.
Is that what he said, or did he say he was soft?
Or maybe he said he was soft, but that lane has got a hang spot on it, and they're going to have to be careful about that.
What is a hang spot, Marsh?
That's just maybe a harder board that doesn't allow the ball to get as much friction, so it doesn't hook back as hard as they think it should, as much as they want it to.
So that happens even on synthetic surfaces too.
It certainly does. You know, even though it's a plastic surface, every board has its own characteristics.
Asking for a re-rack on lane 25 from our tournament director, Kurt Von Kruger. We see the difference. 20 pins through 4 frames. Still early in the match. Lots of room for Ward to make a comeback.
Yeah, and Jason Couch was in 16th place, and then at the start of the 5th round, he shot 847 his first 3 games and moved from 16th to 3rd in the 5th round. So he made a huge comeback.
846.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, it was
good shot.
Just a little bit of
a little
striking.
entertaining, right?
Yeah. Now back up on his good lane.
High backswing, rips it out there.
Yeah!
Ultimate power there.
That was a great shot. I don't think that re-rack would have made any difference. Those pins were going to be falling down on that shot.
Oh, I remember a line years ago by Pete Couture, and he said if he threw the ball like that, the only reason he'd look at the rack is see if there were 10 pins down there. Ricky Ward, lane 26. Neeson. We spoke of the power of Jason Couch's shot.
Look at that high backswing, Mike, and really rips through it hard. Gets a lot of roll, brings it back hard. Beautiful.
Boy, it finished right over the 9 pin. At the 7 pin, Ricky has it. Still struggling on lane 26. In fact, between the two players, only one strike on that lane so far. The difference, 21 pins through half a game.
And every shot's been light. Now I feel it's very important for Ricky to get a strike here to give himself a chance to get back into this match. You know, a 10-frame game goes by very, very quick.
Especially when you're behind. Gets that light shaker into 6th frame. Sets up an opportunity if he can figure out lane 26. Now, will he watch Jason or anything to get a read off of what Jason's doing?
I think he might. Jason's ball revs up a little differently than Ricky's. He spins the ball a little more. But I still think that they're both left-handers, so they can learn a little bit by watching each other bowl. With a chance to make it a 31-pin lead, Jason Couch.
And he has it. ESPN has a triple header for you basketball junkies out there. That's on Basketball Monday, January 27th. The first game is at 7:30 Eastern Time between Big East rivals Villanova and Georgetown. That's followed at 9:30 Eastern Time with Penn State rivals Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. And to round it off at midnight Eastern Time, it's Tulsa taking on Utah, led by Keith Van Horn.
And here's a chance for Jason to really take command of this game. He's on his good lane.
Jason Couch says yes. Ricky Ward says slow down. But we're not going to slow down. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll have the completion of match number 1 right after this. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is the Ford Taurus, and here's just a few reasons why it puts you in control. It has a great ride because of its long wheelbase. It gets you in and out of traffic courtesy of a standard V6 engine, speed-sensitive, power-assisted steering, and with its front-wheel drive, there's great traction in most any kind of weather. And here's a feature that's extremely important to your pocketbook, $1,000 cash back. Ford Taurus, it makes a point of putting you in control. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today and prepare to be impressed.
Bad weather and you just can't see? Don't become another accident statistic. Order Rain-X Professional Glass Treatment during this special TV offer. Just look at the clear Rain-X difference. Call now and we'll send you a year's supply for just $19.95. Rain-X turns ordinary glass into a water-repelling barrier. But wait, if you call right now, we'll include Rain-X windshield washer additive that makes 8 full gallons free. To order for just $19.95, call 1-800-257-5700.
7th frame. Ricky Ward working on a strike, trails by 41. Must strike right here.
Well, there's I got it to go through the beak.
As he says, he got it to go through the beak. That's a doubly tough shot. He's coming out of commercial, which makes it difficult, and he's struggled on that lane. He did make the adjustment, but he over-adjusted.
Leaves the 247. Needs a conversion to just keep his hopes alive. Spare. As we mentioned, he struck out to get in here last night. We talked, will that momentum carry over to today?
Okay, when I stepped up in the 10th frame, I knew I needed to double, and that's all I asked for, was to have the opportunity to stand up and throw it, and I just want to make sure I had some good knee bend and follow through. And going in today, it looks like it's a new day. I feel like I have the perfect opportunity to win this title also. So going into today, it's just a new attitude, and I'm coming off a positive note.
Well, he was coming off a positive note, but all the positive notes seem to be sounding Jason Couch's way right now.
Right, Mike. And Jason has the opportunity just to continue to fill frames, and he'll shut out Ricky Ward. Ricky Ward with a chance to shoot 217. Jason Couch working on a 228 pace right now. So he's looking to keep marking, and I'm sure he'd like to keep striking.
Boy, the this ball hits hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, he seems to have figured out that right-hand lane. His ball's not hanging. It's really coming back fast.
What a shot,
Oh,
huh?
that's a great look. Look at that high backswing. Really opens up his shoulders. Very, very powerful through the release. That ball can't come back, can it?
Well, we forget who's throwing it.
No problem.
If I were throwing it, no, it wouldn't have come back. But with Jason Couch throwing it, it has no trouble. Kind of sets his shoulders down. I haven't seen that before. Is that a change?
He opens his shoulders up so that he can get into the proper position to throw it left.
You said that there'd be some hits like that today.
That's a very unusual hit for our viewers. Not an unusual hit in this particular bowling stadium. I saw it a lot. I experienced it on the right-hand side where you chop the 10 out and you leave the 7-pin. That could be a very, very big shot in future matches. Right now, Jason just needs to throw some marks.
Cross lane at the 10-pin. Just go hard and straight at it.
I would think you'll throw the ball very hard and straight.
Hits it dead flush. Has Ricky Ward got a chance at all?
I really don't like his chances right now. He needs some ultimate help from Jason Couch, like maybe a ball in the channel. And Jason is looking so confident right now.
Well, he's going to get to bowl his buddy in the next match.
Yes, he will. Well, and then there he makes the adjustment.
This left lane, right lane.
Yeah, he likes the left lane. He hates the right lane. He made the adjustment. It didn't come back.
Ricky Ward out of this match in match number 1. Open there in the 9th frame. The winner of that opening match is Jason Couch. So we're going to go away right now. When we come back, there's going to be an average builder on how you can string strikes like Jason Couch. Stay tuned.
Relax. You are now entering a stress-free zone. A free breakfast will be prepared for you daily. You will rest in a comfortable 2-room suite. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Unwind with evening beverages and enjoy yourself here, because eventually you'll have to go back out there. Embassy Suites, twice the hotel. Call 1-800-EMBASSY.
Don't miss the spectacular Winter X Games, featuring some of the best athletes from around the world, starting Thursday at 8 p.m., only on ESPN2, presented by Volkswagen.
For years, snowboarders,
Knuckle dragger,
and skiers have shared an uneasy truce. The equipment,
two-planker,
the clothes.
who's your tailor?
They agreed
Dweeb, delinquent,
on nothing until now. Introducing the Golf K2, a Volkswagen tricked out for frosty weather with a roof rack and a K2 snowboard or a pair of K2 skis. Thus, the Cold War ended, and there was peace in our time. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
It's Bud Bowl 97 with 1,000 winners and $1 million in prizes. Grab a game card wherever you buy brewery fresh Budweiser.
Got yours?
Bud Bowl 97, battling the Bayou.
Fresh from his stunning sudden death playoff victory over Tom Lehman at La Costa, Tiger Woods now takes aim at his 4th PGA title in 10 tournaments. The Phoenix Open continues today at 4 with final round coverage, only on ESPN.
For our first average builder of 1997, I want to talk about something that our champions this week have done very well, and that is string strikes. Haven't we all just sat back and marveled at the ability of professional bowlers to throw one strike after another? But at the same time, we may be thinking, well, besides their great ability, do they know some secret that enables them to do this? And I think the answer to that question is yes. Each of them has a thought process that helps them to throw one strike after another. Well, what is that thought process? Well, for me, first of all, it's that I try and operate in the here and now. I try and disregard what I've done in the past, however many strikes I may have. I try to ignore the rewards that future strikes will bring. I want to bowl right in the now here. Then second, when I get up on the approach, I try and put two thoughts into my mind. The first is, as I get up there, I say to myself, just one more, Mike, just one more. And then as I'm putting my hand in the ball and getting set, ready to deliver, I say to myself, make the shot. Just make the shot. Sounds simple, but it's not easy. But try these three things. Bowl in the now. Just one more. Make the shot. As you perfect these things, see if your ability to string strikes doesn't improve. And when that improves, you're going to build that average. Next week, we're headed to Austin, Texas. It's the Columbia 300 Open. That's February the 2nd, 2:30 Eastern Time. I'll be there with another average builder. Be sure and join us. If you learn this ability to string strikes, you too may someday wind up in the Hall of Fame. At Monday night's traditional Dinner of Champions, 360 guests enjoyed a lavish banquet at Reno's Silver Legacy Hotel. Each was presented with their portraits, with copies to be displayed within the International Bowling Hall of Fame in St. Louis. After competing in over 700 tournaments, Ernie Schlegel of Vancouver, USA, showed that talent combined with perseverance leads to the Hall of Fame. He was joined by Dave Ferraro, who came out of retirement this week, and the 1990 Tournament of Champions winner finished 6th in this event. And the third inductee was two-time PBA Player of the Year, Amleto Monticelli of Venezuela, who became the first internationally born inductee. In our opening match, Jason Couch won 233 to 175. That sets him the opportunity to bowl his buddy, Parker Bohn. Stay tuned.
It's a tank.
A dancer. He was off the charts.
It's on target. Concrete. A theory.
Ruthless. Only meaner.
It's there in the 10th frame. Perfect symmetry. It's a partner. A hero.
A scapegoat.
It's war and peace.
It's a Brunswick ball.
Rennie Lane. It's a habit.
This football season, it was great to be a Florida Gator. Now, Sports Illustrated celebrates Florida's historic national championship with two collectibles you'll treasure forever. This limited edition hardbound SI commemorative and official national championship souvenir football are both free with your paid subscription to SI. Start out with a true collector's dream. This hardbound, gold embossed, individually numbered SI National Championship commemorative free. You'll get a game-by-game look at the Gators' spectacular season. From the rout in Tennessee to the dominating Sugar Bowl win over Florida State, it's a collector's edition to savor forever. Call now, and you'll also get this special souvenir mini football celebrating the Gators' first ever national championship. Both the hardbound commemorative and collectible mini football are free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Celebrate the Gators' dream season with Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
We're back here at the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions, and due to time constraints, we're joining this match in progress. Back on lane 25, presenting no problems. The ball just rolls back so evenly on that lane for everybody.
Yes, it did. And on the right-hand lane with that 4-6 bad break split, his ball came in at a much steeper angle. Now here's a chance for Parker Bohn to take even a larger lead. They're already ahead by 12 pins.
We said that the last time that Parker won a tournament, he beat Jason Couch in Austin, Texas.
Well, you can see he made the adjustment, and I saw him in practice. He left that with the 3-7, and he went high the first time. Now he's light. Parker is not sure what to do on lane 26. Jason still well within this match.
How does he make this?
Well, he's got to get that ball to the right-hand side of that 3-pin, slide it over into the 7. It's a very, very makeable split, and Parker's an accurate player.
Has a chance, just missed. Parker made the telecast 9 times last year, but with no wins. Had a lot of rain here. I said the drought is over here. Is it over with you?
I think my drought's gone. We're at a new day, a new year, and nothing would be better than to start the year off by winning the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions.
Well, in order to win it, he's going to have to figure out lane 26, something he hasn't done yet.
Yeah, it's given the players even more trouble than I anticipated. Parker back on 25. His good lane.
Little lapse in concentration there?
Very well could be. And, you know, Parker's such a great bowler mentally. I really am surprised that that shot happened. He's making Jason Couch feel a little more comfortable now that Parker's struggling on both the lanes.
Tough spare here, too.
Extremely tough spare. He's got to get that ball between the 2 and the 4 and make sure there's enough power on it to get the 8-pin sleeper.
No trouble. That was tougher than the strike.
Yeah, he made a good conversion.
Big shot coming up here now by Jason.
And, you know, I'll bet you Jason feels right now that he deserves a strike on this lane, because that last shot he threw, it was a little bit high. Maybe should have been a 6-pin, but certainly not a 4-6.
So does he stay in the same place, no adjustment?
I'll bet he does stay in the same place. Might throw it a little harder, but he's got to be careful for that hang spot.
Seven pin, the message came across and a little short.
And the messenger actually kind of went in front of that 7-pin. As we can see, the ball coming steep into the pocket. Look at the head pin go to the sideboard and way out in front of it.
Cross lane at the 7-pin. Trouble. Oh, what happens there?
Well, if that ball went into the channel before it hit the pin,
it did.
That is an open frame, because the ball goes in the channel, it's a dead shot.
Kirk. So they have to adjust the score up there, because the camera down there doesn't know that, and it gave him the spare.
As we can see here, that ball is sliding. Is it going to hang on to the lane? And it does go into the gutter, into the channel, bounces back out, but that's a dead ball.
So 2 opens in 4 frames, both of them on lane 26 for Jason Couch, and 1 open by Parker Bohn there.
Well, they're both struggling, and now Jason was distracted by something.
Well, he asked for a re-rack, and the pins came down twice. So, little problems here this afternoon's telecast right now. We're waiting for 10 pins to get into the deck there of lane 25. Finally, does he like that rack?
And, you know, Mike, rhythm is so important. Getting a good rhythm, building some momentum, and right now, Jason Couch does not have either.
No rhythm, no momentum. I get the old roars and the mows there mixed up.
Come on.
That doesn't do any good, Jason, I know. I used to yell at those pins, too, and they never listened.
No, they certainly don't. Jason's got to keep his focus, make this spare. He's still well within this match. It's a low-scoring match, but it's an exciting one. Just 10 pins separate these 2 champs.
At the 7-pin, has it. So how tough is it for him to sit down on the bench now and give himself a positive pep talk?
Well, I think he can do it, and the reason is that he's still only just 10 pins out of the match. And he struck a lot the last game, so he's still got to feel like he knows what he needs to do. He just has to go up and get it done.
And a look there at Parker's career TV record. Oh, my goodness, another 3-7. Does he change balls? Does he change angles? What does he do?
Well, he's got to make some type of drastic change. You know, we saw him do this in Detroit last year, where he just started leaving 3-7s and really got himself in a lot of trouble early in the match.
If he converts it, he's still in the lead. Last time he just missed it.
To keep an 8-pin lead.
This time the other way. 2 open frames. Boy, lane 26, we've got 4 opens. Only 1 mark on that lane.
Now, when you add a tough lane to a major championship with the prestige of the Tournament of Champions, it can compound the difficulties from a mental standpoint.
I'll bet you Aulby figures it out.
Yeah, Aulby's got the most sound game, the sound mental game in all of bowling.
Back on lane 25, back into 1-3 for Parker Bohn. Parker trails by 3 pins. Both players struggling. Can they figure it out? We don't know, but we'll find out when we come back. Don't you hit that remote. Now stay with us.
Watch the Winter X Games on ESPN and ESPN2, presented by Pringles.
What could be better than that?
Go 1555 Elf Love.
Play Pringles Slam the Stack game. Just eat, look inside, and you can instantly win.
A one.
A grand prize extreme sports vacation in places like Snowbird, Utah.
Hey. If you think this is hard to handle, just look at some of these other first prize gear packages you can instantly win. Play Pringles Slam the Stack. There's over 25,000 prizes, so start slamming.
If your game is in the pits, your team feels like the pits, maybe, just maybe, it's the shirts.
1-800-PBA Tour.
Our shirts are the pits.
No problem. Shirts are on their way.
Now it's time to put some color on your team and more fun in your game. It's amazing what a bunch of strikes will do for you. So, now you too can look like a winner and bowl like a pro. Just call 1-800-PBA Tour.
Jason Couch, thoroughly discouraged. All he can leave is 7 pins on lane 25. He left another split on lane 26, as we'll get a look here. Although I think this is the first shot on lane 25.
Yeah, this is, watch the headpin go to the sideboard. Right in front of it. It touches it, but not enough to knock it down. And in the previous frame, he came in light on lane 26 and left the 7-9.
So, it's an adventure out here. We don't have to join the Army. We've got it right here on the PBA Tour.
Yeah. It's incredible how Jason Couch could go from being in such a commanding position with the way he was bowling in the first game to being so lost right now. And I really think it has a lot to do with that bad break in the second frame. He didn't shake it off the way he needed to. And there's the same shot that Jason Couch had on the left lane. That head pin going in front of the 7 pin. These pins are so lively right now. You know, it almost would behoove them to throw maybe a 14 or 15 pound ball.
We're down to 14-pound balls here, guys. Parker, cross lane at the 7 pin. Conversion, he leads by 10. On ESPN2, it's NHL hockey as the Chicago Blackhawks, led by Tony Amonte, travel to Madison Square Garden to take on the great one, Wayne Gretzky and the New York Rangers. That's Monday, January 27th, 7:30 p.m. on the Deuce.
Well, Parker Bohn's working on a 173 pace and enjoys a 10-pin lead.
The 7 pin that time.
Well, he needed a couple pins to help that one fall over. Now we'll watch the ball come in very steep into the 1-2 pocket. Here goes the head pin. It's racing across. It's trying to get it. I think the head pin touches the 4 pin, which knocks over the 7.
Jason now on lane 26, still only 10 pins behind. Different angle there.
Looked like he didn't get the ball as far to the left that time. Now here's the biggest shot of the week and one of the biggest shots of Jason Couch's career, to have a chance to go on to bowl in the semifinals and still maybe win this tournament.
A strike here. He's even in the match, as we see by the scoreboard right there. Right now, a lot of zeros and X's, which we never like. And if you play tit-tat-toe right, it always comes up in a tie, and a tie is possible here.
There is definitely a chance of a tie. I really think Jason will hit the pocket, but will the pins respond and all fall over?
Has to hurry. Boy, did you call that one?
It's just incredible. What a tough break. There's Jason's lovely wife, Kelly. I had a chance to have dinner with Jason and his wife and his daughter, Courtney, earlier in the week. And he was feeling much better at dinner than he is right now.
He's still in the match.
What a great shot. It's just, the pins fly so fast.
It's fine. A little positive self-talk there. still knows he's still alive.
That's what he should be doing.
At the 7-pin. Has the spare.
We'll take a look at this great shot thrown in a clutch situation by Jason Couch. Really got a lot of fingers in the ball. The ball's coming back real fast. Here goes the messenger right in front of the 7-pin. It's just demoralizing because it's such a great delivery. He can't believe it.
Parker looking for his first strike in a 20-pin lead on lane 26.
The tough lane.
When in doubt,
well, there's a shot that just goes to show you that good fortune can be very, very instrumental in winning a pro bowling tournament. He still doesn't know what to do on this lane. As we see this shot, he pulls it. He's praying right now, and he's a fortunate young man. Gets the Brooklyn strike, and Jason's got to feel like the most unlucky person in the world.
So what's the scenario here?
Well, right now, if Parker were to just mark in the 10th frame, he would shoot, if he got 9 spare strike, 182, it would be enough. Jason Couch can only shoot 173.
Needs a mark then. That's high, the 2-7. This is the easier of the two lanes. He always seems to make it tough on himself.
Well, he's making it real tough on himself. Now he's got to pick this up, or Jason still has a chance.
Jason get 173. If he misses this, he's going to finish with what? 169, right?
Yeah, and right now, the person I'd like to be is John Gant. He'll be bowling in the next match, and he's got to feel like, well, I can at least shoot 190. And you got to believe they're watching to see how tough the lanes are.
My goodness.
Slides by
169. Parker Bohn finishes with 3 splits in that game.
And now Jason Couch has the opportunity. He's up on the tough lane. His carry has been terrible, but he's got a chance. And if you give a man a chance to beat you in the 10th frame, you could be in big trouble.
So does he move back a little bit in where he was the last time in the 8th frame on this lane?
He's got to get up there and just try and throw that same shot he threw in the 8th frame. It's going to be very, very difficult.
Pretty.
What a marvelous shot in the 10th frame. And you can see he's keeping his composure. He's not getting too excited. He knows he still needs one more. Take a look at this shot. Look at the way he tucks that arm close to the ankle with a lot of leverage. And this ball is hooking in wonderfully. Very smooth. 10 in the pit. He wants to try and live in the now, as you said.
Forget what's happened. Right.
That's right. You can't look to the past, and you can't look too far in the future. You have to throw each shot individually.
Maybe the biggest shot of his career right here.
Look at that concentration. And he
gave it the extra room.
Yeah, well, that's Jason's A game, is to throw it hard. He got a little firm on that shot. And Parker Bohn is enjoying one of the most fortunate matches he's ever had.
Parker Bohn has defeated Jason Couch. We'll be back to take a look at a very special event, the Riker Cup. Stay with us and learn about that.
Want more business?
Advertising opportunities on the best cable has to offer. Cable AdCom, your best customers, turn us on.
Into action, the Golf Learning Center has what you need to improve your game. We feature Computer Coach, the newest in golf instruction technology. Have your swing analyzed and compare it to the pros. Or fine-tune your swing in our 4 climate-controlled video practice ranges. Receive instruction from PGA Pro Steve Yando. Proper club fit is just as important as a good golf swing. Call for a fitting today and our skilled craftsmen will make you a set of affordable custom clubs. Stop by and check out our facility. Ron Bolton's Golf Learning Center, 392-8533.
I'm here with Ron Rest, the director of the National Bowling Stadium. And Ron, how does the tournament of the stature of the Tournament of Champions affect the National Bowling Stadium and Reno?
Marshall, this is exactly what the National Bowling Stadium was built for, to host a venue of the World Tournament of Champions, bring them to Reno. It's a source of pride for our community, and it's here and it's happening, and that's exactly why we did what we did.
And how have the players reacted to bowling in this great venue?
Well, as you know, we've got some of the finest bowlers in the world here this week, and I think it's just a great opportunity for them to bowl in the finest bowling facility in the United States, and they've shown that this week.
Well, I certainly agree with you, and thank you very much, Ron.
Thank you.
Joining us up here is Johnny Petrangeli, the current PBA president and captain of the Reichert Cup. What is that, John?
Well, Mike, it's similar to golf's Ryder Cup. The winners of the 5 majors of the U.S. team, plus the bowler of the year and the captain's 2 picks, make up the U.S. team. The international team, they had a win to just get here. The top 5 in the tournament make the team, and then their captain gets 3 picks, and they can't be U.S. citizens.
And we had a very exciting 3-game match earlier this afternoon. We're going to take a look at it.
Well, this was really something today, Mike. Walter Ray just really came through at the end. We were down 37 pins going into the last game, so I put the bowler of the year as the leadoff man. Eustadt is always tough in the clutch to go second. And Dave D'Entremont was hitting lane 24 better than anybody else. I figured if we could get this double, that he would get nice and loose and give us a chance to come back.
You had it all planned out.
Well, I wrote the script, but then you got to hope they can do it. This is Billy Rowe from Canada. He just bowled tremendous.
Yeah, he's a great amateur player. Johnny, lane 23 was the easier of the 2 lanes. The international team won the coin toss. They were able to bowl 2 games on lane 23. We bowled on the tough pair, on the tough lane, but they came through on that tough lane.
Well, I think what happened, Mike, is that as great as they are, they might not be used to what happens in the last game here. And once we started that last game with a turkey and put a little bit of pressure on him, we got a little squeeze in the middle of the game. Obviously not from an Amleto. This was him trying to stay in the match. That ring and 10 cost them the title. If he carries that one, Aulby would have needed 1 more. But Aulby threw the strike, as Aulby always does.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest clutch players, and putting him in the anchor position, kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, sort of playing it safe. Now at this point, he just had to keep it on the lane. Keeping it on the lane gave us the win, and boy, we just didn't want to lose in our own house. That's for sure. It was great to win here.
I got a chance to talk to some of the players earlier, and they were just thrilled about it.
Thank you, John. We appreciate you coming up and joining us, explaining the Reichert Cup to us. You get a look at the National Bowling Stadium. We'll be back right after these messages as we see that Parker Bohn won 169 to 162 to take on John Gant.
Some days, it seems like nothing goes right.
Kelly is down.
And everyone's out to get you.
Now far running to the right. Marv is on the right.
There are monster hits. A narrow escape. But other times, there's always the glory.
The NFL Quarterback Club Collection, exclusively from Sports Illustrated, featuring the ultimate game ball. This one-time only, authentic, collectible NFL Quarterback Club football. And the special new video from SI and the NFL Quarterback Club, QBs Under Fire. Both free with your paid subscription to SI. Your NFL Quarterback Club collection starts with this collector's dream, an officially licensed, individually numbered NFL Quarterback Club football. It features the official replica autographs of 5 superstar quarterbacks: Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, John Elway, Jim Kelly, and Brett Favre.
You gotta love that.
Call now, and you'll also get the exclusive new video, Quarterbacks Under Fire. Go inside the huddle. Feel the intensity of the most pressure-packed position in sports. Find out how the game feels from the quarterback's point of view. Who they go to.
Touchdown 49ers, Jerry Rice.
And who they fear.
I think he takes great pleasure in hitting people. I'm afraid of him.
Call now. Get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Plus, get your exclusive NFL Quarterback Club collection absolutely free. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Don't pass up your chance to get the NFL Quarterback Club collection for yourself or a friend. The ultimate game ball, the exclusive, collectible NFL Quarterback Club football, and the great new video, QBs Under Fire. There are only 2 ways to get the NFL Quarterback Club collection.
You can take over an NFL team or subscribe to Sports Illustrated. And that's all.
Sports Illustrated. get into it.
Yeah, I directed a couple of Baywatches. You'd be great on that show. You know, you come on, you do a thing, you're the new girl, rich, asthmatic, likes to wear jewelry to the beach.
You're the only one who really understands me.
Well, the year's 1984. Do you remember this?
See, I was slapping that pen even back then.
Yeah, Mike, you do remember.
I definitely remember that one.
Well, it was a great win for you.
It was. It was. I was inducted into the Hall of Fame that year. I won the tournament the same year. Very special week in my memory.
Well, the only one to win this tournament 3 times. My partner.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Mike Aulby wins today, I'm going to bar him from bowling next year. So.
Oh, boy. And looking at it right now, don't want to look too far ahead, but Mike Aulby throws the slower speed. I like his chances on that right-hand lane. Right now, we've got Parker Bohn bowling against John Gant. They both like to throw the ball hard. They better make some adjustments on the right-hand lane.
And we can see Parker Bohn got 1 strike, and that was a Brooklyn on the right lane. He only hit the pocket 1 time. He had 2 splits on that lane.
Yeah, but maybe those good breaks that he got will help him out. He's waiting right now for some people on the side to take their seats. He needs to be able to concentrate, not be disturbed, make a quality shot. Yeah, as you can see, there are the people off to the side.
Those are the high price seats, right?
You bet.
Pins are just not cooperating, Dave.
Well, the pins are really too lively for as strong as these bowlers throw the ball. They'd be better off if they were a little heavier, I think.
Well, couldn't they equalize that by reducing the mass of the ball, using a lighter ball?
Yes, they certainly could, and there are many people who would agree with that.
Doesn't matter on the spares. You can throw whatever weight as long as you hit it. It's going over. And we get a look at John Gant.
Our first look at John Gant, and this shot, I think, is really going to tell a lot.
John from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, now 39 years of age. He didn't have any trouble in that right lane.
Well, whatever he decided to do, it certainly worked well. As you can see, John Gant, a big, powerful man, really likes to put a lot of roll on the ball. Started out maybe a little bit further inside, a little slower than his normal speed. Beautiful reaction.
His nickname is?
Buzzsaw.
Because of the ball, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he saw him in half. Saws everything but the 6-pin.
Well, on the one hand, he's pleased he made a good delivery there, but boy, he really wanted to get a double, get out to a fast start against Parker. You know, Parker got new life. As you can see, John Gant defeated Parker Bohn 258-223 in match play.
That's history, though.
That was yesterday.
At the 6-pin, no trouble with the conversion. Now, what will Parker do? He's throwing a different ball here on the right lane.
Well, I know that he talked to his ball rep in between games, and I believe he is switching balls.
But he doesn't know what this is going to do because he didn't get to practice with it.
No,
right?
But the way his ball reacted on lane 26, he's got to try something.
Well, that's a little better.
Almost a lot better. That pin almost fell down. I think he went to a ball that revs up sooner. He wants the ball to start hooking earlier on the lane.
Why?
That way it won't hit that skid point and slide out. It'll roll through that hang spot.
Now, you fans at home need to envision what Marshall's telling me this, because he's using his hands to describe everything and motioning the ball going further down with his hands. And I'm sure that you can all see that out there, right? Parker converts the 6-pin.
Mike, if I don't use my hands,
you can't talk.
I can't talk.
I understand perfectly.
All right, Parker back up on the left lane, lane 25. The good lane of the two. Only down by 1 pin in the 3rd frame. As you can see, Parker is back to the ball he used in the last game for the left lane. He's made a ball switch on the right. He's using 2 different balls, Mike. Using that green ball in the left-hand lane, and the charcoal colored ball, the ball that rolls sooner, on the right-hand lane. Now watch this great shot. Beautiful form. Parker's just a beautiful player to watch. The ball hooks back strong. This time they all fall down, and he likes it.
Buzzsaw up on lane 26. Just a hair tight, leaves another 6-pin.
But he's hit the pocket twice in a row on that lane, and that's about as good as we've seen from anybody. You can see in the background, Johnny Petraglia is doing a little play-by-play. He's working on that new ball, trying to get a better feel.
Wants it to feel just right. Conversion, no trouble. The Senior PGA Tour heads on down to warm Key Biscayne, Florida for the Royal Caribbean Classic. ESPN's coverage starts Friday, January 31st at 3:30 in the afternoon. It runs through the weekend, wrapping up on Sunday, February 2nd at 5:30. Bob Murphy will be on hand to defend his title there.
John Gant looking to strike to keep this match even. Mikey's looking very good. Every shot in the pocket seems to be very, very much composed. This is a huge moment for both of these players. As we see Parker with that new ball that he just got out for the right lane only, seeing if he can make a double.
He worked on the thumb hole for the right field. And he did it right.
What a great adjustment.
Now, that's something that can happen when you survive the one game, that many times one game goes by too quick to be able to do that.
He was given some extra life as we see Parker Bohn on the right-hand lane with the new ball. It rolls sooner. It doesn't hang. Sort of just splatters them all over the place, and you'll see a great reaction here.
Well, Parker is an entertaining player to watch.
Yes, he is.
Very animated. Trying for 3 in a row in a 20-pin lead. He says, the heck with 160s. I'm going to shoot 260 this game.
John Gant he's got to be wondering what the heck's happening here.
I picked the wrong game, but a strike here, he's right back in the match.
Right, down by 20 right now, needs a strike here. Can cut it in half to 10 pins.
Oh, he's having no trouble with that lane.
Both lanes seem to be working about the same for John Gant. He's going with a lot of loft on that right-hand lane, which I'm really surprised at. Usually if you loft the ball further, it delays the hook. And on that lane, it doesn't look like you really want to delay it.
John, big man, 6'3", 210 pounds. I think we've already mentioned, 39 years of age. A strike here, and it's even in the match. John Gant has answered Parker Bohn. Can Parker Bohn come back and put the heat back on Gant? We'll find out right after this. Don't go away.
I am a classical artist.
I break the laws of physics.
I am the fifth Beatle.
I am a private citizen
with a public following.
I am a personal friend of Madonna.
I have a thorough grasp of condensity technology.
Men are jealous of me.
Children laugh at me.
Animals trust me. I cook 3-minute eggs in 1:30.
I have a Brunswick ball
for any lane.
I am a role model.
Phil gave me this shirt personally. He says he likes my moves.
Kenny gave me this shirt because he modeled his game after mine.
Well, Hill and I carpool to work every morning.
Kenny was going to give me his car, but I wanted the jersey instead.
Hill and I exchange recipes.
Look under Sprite bottle caps, and you can win free Sprite or authentic Grand Hill or Penny Hardaway jerseys. Then, make up a better story.
Kenny's my cousin.
Well, Hill played the guitar at my bar mitzvah.
There's the scoreboard. We're running behind. We're forced to bowl through. While we were away, Parker opened in the 6th frame. He left the 3-7 and slid it in front.
Once again, Mike, he left this the 3rd time he's left it on this lane. He hasn't made it yet. He makes a great attempt and slides it in front. In the meantime, John Gant has been doing a lot of striking.
He came back with a strike on lane 25, followed up with a double. We're live in the 9th frame, and he stays alive.
And an absolute must strike for Parker Bohn III.
While we were away, John Gant just got up there and says, there's no trouble with lane 26.
He's really had a great command of this lane, and that has been the difference in this match.
He's a little further in, it just appears to me. He stuffed it there on 26 and on 25.
The easy lane, watch this. How about a break from Mr. Gant? A big one.
Back live, leading by 14 pins. Leaves the 6-pin. This match is not over.
Now, if he would have gotten that one, it would have been very, very difficult for Parker, but that's a little bit of an opening. But as you can see, John has bowled a very, very professional game. He has not missed the pocket.
3 6-pins, right?
Just left the 3 6-pins. Actually, the one time he did miss the pocket was on 25, where he rolled the 3-pin. Got the strike.
At the 6-pin, cross lane.
Well, John doesn't show a lot of emotion. You could maybe just sort of pick it up in his facial expression after he shot that spare. He knows he got away with kind of an errant delivery. Here we are in the 10th frame, and it is mega crunch time. If he strikes out, he can shut out Parker Bohn III.
Well, he picked a finish on this lane.
Remember, he just came in light on this lane the last time, so...
Yeah, he's light again.
Yeah, there's the, and that's why they call him Buzzsaw, because that ball made those pins dance hard.
Huge scoreboard overhead. Everybody in the place has no trouble seeing this scoreboard. I don't even need my glasses to read that one. And John Gant can look up and see one more strike and 8 pins, and he's going to be a winner.
And I'm really surprised how easily he's combated both of these lanes. He's done a great job.
The 6-pin again, the 4th one of the game, giving Parker Bohn life.
You know, and Jason Couch had life against Parker Bohn, having to finish on that tough lane. Jason couldn't do it. We're going to find out if Parker can.
Well, the strategy has been to make your opponent finish on the right lane.
Parker will need 2 strikes on that tough right lane. But, you know, maybe there's some destiny here. I mean, he shoots 169 and wins.
Now he has to shoot 245 to win.
Well, once again, he's got the opportunity. It's all you can ask for. He's still using that charcoal ball, the ball that rolls a little sooner on the right-hand lane.
Oh, good shot. Leaves the 10-pin.
That was a great shot. Another light hit that seemingly looks like it's going to take care of those corner pins. Carry was a little bit difficult this week. And John Gant is a happy 39-year-old.
At the 10-pin, no trouble. Parker Bohn gave it his best shot. But starts 97 the way he ended 96, making telecasts but not winning tournaments.
And I can sympathize with him. I know what that's like. I did that for a few years back in the early 80s. He'll be back again. He's a great champion. Parker Bohn III.
Finishes with 224. Wins one, loses one. John Gant is the winner in this match. We'll be back with Championship Frame, a review of the previous 3 matches. Stay with us.
Is kitty cat's fur sticking everywhere? Is your carpet covered with lint and hair? Don't get stuck. Stick It. Introducing Stick It, the incredible new rolling cleaner that attracts dirt like a super magnet. Don't lug out that heavy vacuum. Watch. Just roll Stick It over this filthy carpet. It cleans up lint, fur, dust, and hair. Run it under the faucet and look, it rinses away in seconds like it was never, ever there. Made of space-age adhesive, it's sticky to the touch when dry, super slick when wet. Use it over and over again, up to 1,000 times. Amazing! Its easy grip extension handle stretches to reach dust on drapes, cobwebs from ceiling corners. Hate to clean those hard-to-reach places? Just stick it, then rinse clean in water and wash the mess away. Beach sand is hard to clean. Stick It attracts the tiny particles and rinses away in seconds. Now, you can get your Stick It with extension handle for the amazing low price of only $19.95. But wait, we'll also include Stick It upholstery cleaner. It's perfect for car seats and carpeting. It cleans an entire velveteen couch in seconds. Then just rinse off the mess. Great for countertop spills. Picks up party mess. And watch this. Glitter is gone in a flash. It sticks like glue. Order in the next 10 minutes and we'll include Stick It clothing cleaner absolutely free. Perfect for pocket or purse. White wrap it on your black coat. Roll on Stick It to clean up in seconds. Fido just wants to say goodbye. Don't cry. Use Stick It to brush hair away in a flash. Now, you get the Stick It floor roller with extension handle, the Stick It handheld roller, and your free Stick It clothing roller. All for just $19.95. Don't get stuck. Stick It. Stick It. Stick It.
To order Stick It, use your credit card and call 1-800-764-6655 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to Stick It, P.O. Box 2978, Framingham, Massachusetts, or call 1-800-764-6655.
And now it's time for Championship Frame, where we look at our previous matches and pick the highlights. Running late, so we'll just give the scores in the opening match. Jason Couch defeated Ricky Ward 233 to 175 in match number 1. He went on, didn't do as well against his buddy Parker Bohn, who won that match 169 to 162. Semifinal match. 10th frame. Parker still has a chance to win here, Marshall.
He's up on his tough lane. He's using the new ball. He looks like he throws a pretty good shot, but he hits the hang spot. It doesn't hook back. Not quite enough. Almost gets the 10 pin. He's running it out. He thinks he's got a chance. And that's a lot of disappointment for Parker Bohn III.
You can see it written all over his face. The final score, Gant 238, Bohn 224. Earns John Gant the right to take on Mike Aulby for the 1997 Brunswick World Championship. And talking about champion frames, let's look at 1986. I recognize that guy, but he's got hair. And this was the Tournament of Champions for Marshall Holman, his second victory there. And as always, he was stoic in his response. Aulby looks ready. He's going to take on Gant. Who's going to win the 1997 Brunswick World Tournament of Champions? We'll find out when we come back.
Florida. California, dude.
Indiana.
Nice. Blue. Purple. Red. Green.
Curly.
Larry.
Mo.
Kemp. Brunswick. Brunswick.
Brunswick. Brunswick.
Agreed.
But they're all wrong about Shemp.
You love Jock Jams Volume 1. Now,
Look what we got.
ESPN and Tommy Boy Music give you Jock Jams Volume 2.
I like to move it, move it.
Jock Jams Volume 2. More of the hottest crowd pumping jams of all time. Jock Jams Volume 2. Available in record stores everywhere.
This is how we do it.
This football season, it was great to be a Florida Gator. Now, Sports Illustrated celebrates Florida's historic national championship with 2 collectibles you'll treasure forever. This limited edition hardbound SI commemorative and official national championship souvenir football are both free with your paid subscription to SI. Start out with a true collector's dream. This hardbound, gold embossed, individually numbered SI National Championship commemorative free. You'll get a game-by-game look at the Gators' spectacular season. From the rout in Tennessee to the dominating Sugar Bowl win over Florida State, it's a collector's edition to savor forever. Call now, and you'll also get this special souvenir mini football celebrating the Gators' first ever national championship. Both the hardbound commemorative and collectible mini football are free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Celebrate the Gators' dream season with Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
We're in the Reno Lake Tahoe area where they do a lot of other things besides bowl or gaming. As you can see, skiing is a very popular activity here in a beautiful setting. They've had record amounts of snow, even had snow last night.
Yes, they have. I've done a little skiing here in the Lake Tahoe area, and it's absolutely breathtaking.
Marshall, we had a break because of a sprinkler head going off and a fire alarm going off in this beautiful facility. And you said that break you think favors this man right here.
Well, I think it does because John Gant had momentum. Now he's been waiting. He's bowling against Mike Aulby, who's a great player and a great result to start out this final match, Mike.
And Mike Aulby starting on 25, so he has to finish on 26.
You know, with Mike's slower speed, maybe the lane on the right side, the lane 26, is his easier lane. It certainly hasn't been for anybody else, but John Gant did very well on both lanes in his last game.
Uh-oh, the old dinner bucket, the 3, 5, 6, 9. Got it.
It's hard to think left-handed, isn't it, Mike? Yes, it is. And even though this is so early in the match, I feel like this is absolutely crucial to his confidence to pick this up and not fall behind early.
Looked to me like he came down just a hair off spot with the 3 being closer to the 5.
Out. He makes the spare. He switched to a harder ball to throw hard and straight at it. He makes a very difficult spare to start out the match.
Moves to his good lane, although he had no trouble with either lane in the last match.
Yeah, he bowled well on both lanes and looked very confident. You know, Mike Aulby's been in this situation many times, as I said earlier, going for his 8th major title. This is John Gant's first major title chance.
Opportunity, yes.
Yeah. You can see his last win, 1995.
Leaves the 6-pin in that victory in 1995. It was an all left-handed cast.
Yes, it was. That's right. That's the Johnny Petraglia Open 1995, and the time prior to that was in 1989 at Buckeye Lanes in Cleveland, Ohio. Doesn't happen very often, but it's happened here at the prestigious Tournament of Champions.
And we have a machine breakdown here that swept off the 6-pin and needs to be re-spotted so he can shoot that spare. So what happens in this case is our tournament director, Kurt Von Kruger, was in communication with the back end, and he is right now feverishly yelling at those guys, get that 6-pin up there.
That's right. There have been a lot of distractions. I know if it were myself bowling right now, I'd be going nuts. But Mike Aulby, nothing much seems to ever bother him. And with all the money that they're bowling for, you know, it would really be a distraction. But there's the first place of 60,000, 33,000 second, 24 third, 18 fourth, and $12,000 for 5th place. That's a marvelous prize fund.
And also first place winner gets a Bayliner Capri 1700 LS boat. Beautiful, along with the prize fund.
Beautiful boat.
Looks inviting.
Oh, it does.
On Lake Erie, that would fit in just nice. Back in Ohio, I'll tell you.
Lake Tahoe.
But when I was winning this event, there weren't boats offered, so bad timing.
Bad timing.
Aulby trying for good timing on lane 26. Oh, the solid 7-pin. Great shot.
Well, that answers one question. Can Mike Aulby throw the ball good in the pocket on lane 26? And as it sweeps off the 7-pin, we're having some more technical difficulties. Kurt Von Kruger is now going to be calling down saying spot up to 7.
Everything is computerized in this building, and perhaps when the sprinkler head went off, it messed up some of the... maybe got the computer chips wet or something like that. I don't know.
But Mike Aulby, if you heard him a minute ago, he is also mic'd. He looked up and saw that the 7-pin wasn't there. He said, did it fall?
Now, what does that tell you about him right then and there? He is definitely, the glass is half full, isn't he? I mean, that tells you right away he's a natural optimist.
Well, they've got the 7-pin spotted. Mike Aulby, a great spare shooter. He'll throw the ball straight with a harder ball.
No trouble. It's a dead flush. We're even through 2 frames. Oh, I'm sorry. Aulby has a 1-pin lead. I thought they were each with strike spare, but Gant had the bucket and the 6-pin. So it's a 1-pin difference through 2 frames. Well, players, it's Aulby, who always blows in that thumb hole.
He does that so he can get a little better feel, make it just a little bit tacky so he doesn't lose the ball early. Very methodical.
And the 6-pin. Strike, 7-pin, 6-pin.
3 quality shots from one of the greatest players ever to bowl.
25 titles.
No tap, maybe.
Plus 2 Masters. And again, the machines
It's a no tap.
Yeah, Mike says we got it figured out. We're playing no tap here.
Yeah, and it did. It knocked it over again.
I'd just soon do this.
Want to do this?
Yeah.
He was going to shoot it out of a full rack, but I don't know that, that's going to happen. Right now, just some major problems with the machines and the computers running the machines.
They were discussing stopping and alleviating the problem. Mike Aulby said, no, let's just keep doing it like this. I want to bowl.
I think John Gant wants to bowl too. Well, even though the game will take longer, they'll get it in.
You know what would work out well for everyone is if they would just start throwing strikes and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Come on, let's go down and tell them that, Marsh. John, are you listening? Start with a strike here, John.
Boy, they are trying.
Has to hurry. Leaves the 3-5 this time. Is the oil carrying down?
That's exactly what I was wondering, Mike. You know, is it something different in his delivery, or is the oil carrying down? And the sweeper again knocks off
the 3-5,
the 3 and the 5, and this is really testing the nerves
of each player. But it's fair for both of them at this point in time.
It's unfair for both players at this point in time. But it is an equal playing field.
And right now, maybe the guy that's strongest mentally is going to be the one that comes out on top.
Well, there's no doubt that Mike Aulby is the stronger player mentally if you put him against anybody. That's not to say that John Gant doesn't have a great mental game. He does, but Mike Aulby is a step above.
What makes him that step above?
He has the ability to just let things slide and not bother him.
Yet still has a fiery competitor.
Right.
John Gant, fourth frame, lane 25.
There we go. We got
all the audience is into this. A strike if we don't reset the pins. Where are we at in this match? 2 pins and Aulby has them at this point in time. As we hear Mike blow into that thumb hole again. Looking for his first strike on lane 26.
Left the 7th pin, his last delivery on this lane.
And again, oh, it's got double, 7 and the 10. Mike looking over to the right as if something bothered him, or maybe it was just the 7-10 bothered him.
He left a lot of 7-10s during the tournament. He and a lot of other left-handers and the right-handers were leading 7-10 splits also. Just has to be, he has to be satisfied that he made a good shot and then just get the count, make another good shot.
Well, we're back to the bowling in the now and putting what the good things or bad things that have happened behind you.
Right.
If it's that redundant, doesn't it?
Certainly a terrible break, but much more common than it ever used to be.
Aulby, who doesn't throw hard, probably doesn't convert many of these.
No, and you don't see many pins bounce out of this machine anyway.
Why is that?
I don't know. The
cushion just absorbs?
The cushion absorbs, and it seems to be a little dead as far as bouncing pins out. The pins rattle around on the pin deck real fast, as Mike Aulby is 11 pins down and has not made a bad shot.
Well, testing that mental strength that we say he has. Back in there, perfect on lane 25.
Now here's an interesting shot for John Gant. He's come in light both times on his right-hand lane. This is, if ever you were going to throw the ball a little harder because you were energized, it would be now. And what he needs to do is maybe back off of that speed a little bit to give the ball a chance to hook up to the pocket.
5th frame. Oh, he didn't back off one iota.
No, he got all of that one. That was a great shot. And he really, you know, he's got the chance to put pressure on Mike Aulby, and he's got to do it because Mike is just that good. Mike's not worrying about what John Gant's doing. He's thinking about what he's going to do in his next shot.
21 pins the difference. Gant's working on a double 6th frame. Final game, the 1997 Brunswick World Tournament of Champions.
Look at this one. Look at this one, Mike. That messenger didn't miss.
John Gant sending the headboard to the side, flying over at the 7-pin, not missing it. 31 pins. Aulby has to strike.
And that's virtually the same shot that Mike Aulby left the 7-10 on, John Gant strikes on. You know, the game is so fickle.
Six-pin, just a hair tight.
Well,
no breaks at all for Aulby.
Still has not missed the pocket, made a very good shot, but I'll bet Mike feels like he's got to throw the ball high flush in order to strike. He has not had any good pin carry at all. Only 2 strikes, 6 balls in the pocket. Down by 31.
He was striking in the practice balls, too, when I watched him.
Yes, he was.
One game is over so quickly. Momentum all in Gant's favor right now, as we thought it would be, you know, at the end of last game before the delay.
Before the delay. I did not think that he would have this momentum at this stage of the match.
Aulby converts the 6-pin, and the 6th frame was reminiscent of what the lights went out at the AFC Championship game with New England and Jacksonville. New England had the momentum going into that break, but was able to maintain it coming out of about a 10 or 15-minute break there.
That's right. You know, and it's unusual for Mike Aulby not to strike when he's bowling on TV. He made great shots and just hasn't been able to get the pin carry.
Still alive, but barely.
And down by 31, and really needs to get it started now in the 7th frame.
Way off, he says, through the nose, the 4-6, 8-10.
I'll tell you right now, Mike, that could be it. And now he's really stretching to keep himself from being upset. He threw that ball, and he knew immediately that it was a poor shot. And he was saying, stop, ball, stop.
The machine recycling that 4-6, 8-10 to set it back up again.
I've never been a part of anything quite like this before, Mike, with this many distractions. It's very, very difficult. Mike's trying for it.
Oh, it's 6 out. Boldly went for it in a must-convert type situation. The only thing I can think of like this in recent memory was back in the early 80s, I believe, when the lights went out at Pinole.
Yeah.
And they had a break, no power at all, and they continued on and bowled. Or I guess they did have a delay, and I forget exactly how that all came out.
Well, Mike Aulby needs some help right now. And John Gant's got to be saying to himself, gosh, all I got to do is just make spares. Don't give him a chance to get back into this game. Still in a commanding situation.
The 3-7, we've seen it several times before.
On that right-hand lane.
Parker left it 3 times, failed to convert.
Now, John is going to look at the score to see what the pin count looks like, to see if, should I go for it, or should I just take the 1?
Your opinion?
Well, my opinion, I'm not sure. I'm looking at the score, trying to figure that out myself.
Well, if he misses 8 out, he'd have 133, 141.
I think he can go for it.
He is. He's going for it. Well, got close, but not close enough. So faint hope for Aulby to stay alive there. The difference, 35 pins, 3 frames to go. We're down to pencil and paper, everything. Aulby, if he strikes it out, still can get what, 198?
198, and Gant still just needs to make marks, but sometimes it's very difficult just to mark.
Well, they put him in a defensive posture?
Well, that very well may be what happened on the right-hand lane.
Oh, what a break. A 4-6 up there, and the 6 falls over.
And that shot was right at his target at the point of delivery.
Are you telling me he's leaking oil here?
Yeah, well, he was fortunate. Watch this shot. He pulls this ball a little bit, kind of rears up. And now he's sort of has his fate within the gods. And they shined on him. He was fortunate just to leave the 4th pin. A very, very simple spare to recover from if they can just set it back up again.
Well, they're working on it, Marshall. They're persevering down there. Just same as Schlegel persevered and got in the Hall of Fame. They're gonna they're gonna get that 4-pin set up down there for Gant to convert.
You know, John took many, many years off. He was a great bowler in the 80s and
took 6 years off.
Took 6 years off, and he's come back and
has a chance for his biggest victory ever.
This is you just can't measure how big this title is for John Gant.
Cross lane at the 6-pin. Should be no trouble. And isn't. Aulby, though, always the optimist, never gives up.
No, he certainly doesn't give up. And even if he was out of the wood, he'd still be trying his best. He's 35 pins down, and he has a chance. If he were to get a couple of strikes, he'd really put a message to John Gant. He's only missed the pocket once.
Need them all.
Get them all, he says.
I put nothing past Mike Aulby. I've watched him too many times. As you can see the scoreboard, a strike up in the 9th frame not only gives him the foundation he needs, but it cuts that lead to 25. And you know John's going to be nervous, even with that big lead.
Aulby, 9th frame to stay alive.
Come on, baby, come on.
He is. He's still alive. It's down to 25.
Is there anybody better in crunch time than Mike Aulby?
Ask the Riker Cup players.
That's right. He was right there when they needed him.
Big shot here in the 9th frame to save count.
Exactly. If he could muster up the good shot that he needs and strike here, I feel it would put him at ease in the 10th frame.
Wow, he mustered up the courage and everything else for a great shot with a bad result. Leaves a solid 8-pin. Loses one more pin and count.
But it's still, that's all right, he's saying. At least I've made a good shot. I've got a chance to make an easy spare. As you can see this shot, the ball rolling down the lane, it finishes in front of that 8-pin and almost it's spinning, but it's not going to touch it. Taking his time, very important.
As the 8-pin.
Did not go to his spare ball for that particular spare. He kept the strike ball, wanted to hook at it.
What does he need, Marsh?
Well, he needs to fill 17. If he were to get a 9-count spare, then he would need 8 on the fill ball.
To lock it up.
To lock it up and win the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions.
But he wants the strike.
Well, sure, he wants. If he strikes, then he can pretty much just phone in the rest of it.
There it is.
There's your winner right there. He wants to see the score.
He's looking at the score. What do we need? Tell me.
Oh, yeah. He wants to know. He doesn't want to leave anything to chance. He wants to know exactly what he needs. He needs 7 pins and 2 balls, and he's going to do that.
That's enough right there. John Gant is the winner of the 1997 Brunswick World Tournament of Champions. We'll be back to talk to him. Stay with us now.
Want more business? Advertising opportunities on the best cable has to offer. Cable Adcom, your best customers turn us on.
To get to my Subaru dealer, I've got to go through a stream, across a desert, and over a mountain. Of course, you folks have it a mite easier. You've got Subaru dealers right in your own backyard, and they're some of the best names in the business. So if you're in the market for a Legacy, an Impreza, or my new 97 Outback, remember, there's a Subaru dealer near you. I just wish there was one near me.
Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Don't miss the spectacular Winter X Games, featuring some of the best athletes from around the world, starting Thursday at 8 p.m., only on ESPN2.
The Four Tops made their sound, the Detroit sound.
Then we took it all over the U.S. and around the world. If you want to reach the world, you have to know where to start.
Start with Northwest Airlines. They're the best.
Brunswick World Tournament of Champions is brought to you by Brunswick. Bowling is sold on Brunswick worldwide. And there's your champion of the 1997 Brunswick World Tournament of Champions, John Gant. John, our congratulations to you. Brian Collins has presented this beautiful trophy, already given you a check for $60,000. We want to offer our congratulations from ESPN. For Marshall Holman, this is Mike Durbin saying so long from Reno, Nevada. Be sure to join us next week in Austin, Texas, February the 2nd. Stay tuned now for the 1996 Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders swimsuit. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the world.